Hey everybody, it's Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars, and we've got a really cool 59 Chevrolet Apache 32. Beautiful truck. Few little rusty spots here and there on it. I'm going to show you that, but this is a really cool farm truck, and I'm excited about having it. It drives awesome. I'm going to go take it for a quick drive right now. Big back window. Original 235. 4 on the floor. She's still got the foot pedal start up. And keep in mind too, I'm holding my cell phone, using it as a video camera while I'm doing all this. So I like to think that that's a little bit of a testimony to the ease of starting and driving it. So she's on the old foot pedal. And I'm letting that be. I didn't warm her up a lot, just kind of rolled her down the driveway for them. There we go. So first is kind of granny gear. E-brake does work. So take off in first, and it doesn't take long for you to just get going about 3 or 4 miles an hour and be ready to switch into that second gear, which is actually really what most guys would consider driving around as first. That granny gear is really for towing or hauling something. So anyways, steering with my finger up here so you can see a little bit of play in the steering wheel, but quite frankly, it's actually fairly tight. That's actually very, very minimal. So I'm gonna say that's a tighter than usual steering. I like to see that. The thing too is it's not wandering at all. The steering wheel is offset a little bit, and either an alignment could fix that, but quite frankly, you can pop the steering wheel off. It doesn't feel like it's pulling to the left or right. It doesn't feel like it needs an alignment. Pop the steering wheel off and just straighten the steering wheel out and put it back on. Oh yes, and I forgot. It has power disc brakes upgrade, which I forget about. I've drive a lot of these old trucks, and they usually have manual brakes. So when I go to hit the brakes on this thing, they surprise me. Again, I'm holding the camera with one hand, driving around this tight cul-de-sac. So a testimony to how easy it is to steer. And these power brakes, I mean, if you're used to driving an old classic vehicle, they will surprise you. They are very tight in a good way. That's often the complaint about these trucks, is that they don't stop well enough. So it's the whole reason somebody does a power disc upgrade. The hood opens easily. There's a little bar down here. We pull it, pops right up. Nice, healthy sounding, solid lifters. 235, and like I said, she's still warming up too. Been upgraded with a 12-volt alternator. And I've never seen it smoke when we've cranked it or anything like that. It's never been anything but a reliable firing right up. All right, I'm gonna turn it off and give you guys the inspection here. Since we got the hood up, show you that. I'm gonna say overall, it looks like, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about rust on this truck because there's a few spots here and there. It's far from a rusty bucket. This truck is actually surprisingly solid underneath and all the inside parts. And anyways, I'm gonna show you around it, but it's got this peculiar rusty spots on one side, almost as if it was parked where it was like something was dripping on the side. Anyways, I'll show you that in a second. Inner fender wells, incredible shape. Firewall looks great. We believe this to be the original inner fender wells and firewall. I don't think the truck has been ever apart that I know of to be restored. I believe it may have had one repaint a long time ago. I don't have a ton of history on the truck. We took it in on a trade on another 59. Doors open and close well. The windows roll up and down good. The window cranks are just a little bit loosey-goosey there. They may be able to be tightened a little bit more, but they do roll up and down easily. And all the glass is in great shape, but this is one of the few that I've had where I don't see any cracks or chips on the glass. The windshield's in great shape. It looks like it was replaced at some point. It's got newer weather stripping. The rear window looks to be in a good original condition. We'll have to roll that one window up here in a second to double check it for chips or anything. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that now while we're on the windows, and we can get back to the body. And this stuff right here, that's the main thing. So windows cranks a little bit stiff because they're older. And looky there, I'm glad I did it. One tiny little chip right there and just a touch of delamming on this original window. The vent windows appear to be original too. They're in great shape. So I got to be careful. I want to follow protocol and walk around the truck like I usually do. So we'll start back at the front again. The grill looks to be original. It's got a little bit of, typical surface rust there. And I know that the Bring a Trailer guys like to use the word corrosion. Ouch, that word feels like it hurts some, but a little spot of rust here. And I think some wax that got in this a long time ago. Little paint pops right here, just a couple of them right on top of the hood. And a little spot here. To me, all these spots I'm pointing out at this very moment, I would consider to be normal. So we're going around the truck on the driver's side. The fender looks amazing. Very straight. Down at the bottom, we've got rust bubbles. And then right here at the top spot, we've got a few little rust bubbles here. There's consistent enough around the truck that if you wanted it to be rust-free, you're going to want to hit this thing with a grinder and at least do touch-up paint or potentially paint the whole truck. Now, that being said, I live on a little bit of acreage. We have a farm and we've had cattle and horses and stuff. And if I was going to keep this truck, I wouldn't think about repainting it, but I probably would go after that rust with some Pour 15 and do a little touching up. So little paint chips there with some surface rust. The hinge pockets are rust-free. One little hole here, and the rest, the step sides are in incredible shape. So, like I said, the perplexing thing about this truck is actually how solid it is overall, and then the couple of spots that are rusty are kind of unusual. Bottom of the door, one little spot there. It looks like maybe just a touch of Bondo right there. The rest of the bottom of the door looks like it's in good shape. Coming around to the bed, sitting on the ground here, you can see my reflection. Step side looks great, no rust. Sides of bed looks great. No dings, dents. Some paint peeling here. Okay, maybe a couple dings there, sorry. As soon as I said no dings and dents, I found a couple tiny ones. A couple of tiny scratches back here. But overall, the body lines are extremely straight. Tailgate looks like, somebody hit it at some point or backed into a tree or something there. It still looks good. It's got a new rear bumper. Factory original OEM style. Coming around to the other side of the bed, smooth again. Body lines are perfectly straight. Paint peeling. Little spot here. Inside the bed. One thing I'm always looking at, this is the original bed. It doesn't look like it's been worked as a work truck. And I always say the truck tells a story, but I don't see any dings, dents, bangs, anything inside here that indicates that lumber's been thrown up in here a lot. Or anything like tools. I don't see any of that. In fact, I believe, according to the previous owner, that this is still the original bed wood, but I can't say that for sure. So the bed in this truck is incredible. And I had thought about, painting it and touching it up. And I thought, I want to let the next guy do. I'm getting more and more where I'm defaulting to let the next person do what they want to do with it, rather than us taking all the time in the shop to do something, to fix something that somebody else would not have done or would have done differently. If I step up here, just a touch of corrosion, few little rusty spots back here on the back of the cab. Other than that, the rest of the cab top drip rails are great. The top is very smooth. Body lines are great. And if you go to the front, a few little normal crusties there, little rusty crusties. So The worst spot on the truck, and I said I've been using the word peculiar, is that it looks like it got parked somewhere where the rain dripped just on this one door area. So we've got a few little rust bubbles here, one spot up here, and I'm feeling this too. It feels solid underneath. Like, I know if I hit this with a grinder, I'm not expecting that to go much farther probably than just right around it. So not like it's rusted here, and then when you hit it with the grinder, you end up with a giant spot. Because it doesn't look like somebody's tried to clean this up or cover it. And I did, of course, never want to do that. So again, here down, so it looks like water got in here, the drip down the side, and so a little rusty spot here. Again, overall solid. I don't want to scare people too much because it's really, I would say, minimal depth surface, a little more than surface rust, you know, just a few little spots here. And I'm not trying to downplay it. I just don't want to over exaggerate it, because when I buy these trucks and they have a lot of rust, I'm not even pointing to things like I'm pointing at now. This, I mean, it's the hinge pockets, and these are solid. It's the step ups. These are solid. Usually these are rusted out. Usually hinge pockets are rusted out when you have a rusty vehicle. Bottoms of the doors. I mean, the bottom of this door is in great shape. There's that one spot there. So really solid door, by the way, on both sides. So other than this, this is mainly the what we'd say is our concern, rust or corrosion concern spot on the whole truck. I don't think it's that bad. And like I said before, if I was keeping the truck for our farm, I would clean that up and do some, I would hit that with my grinder, do some cleanup, a little body work on it, and I would just do some touch up. I wouldn't think about repainting this truck because I really love the way it looks. It's got new Hankook matching Optimo tires on it. I love that it's got the original wheels, and it's got the dog dish hubcaps. They're in great shape. Inside the fender wells, and let the camera adjust. Again, very, very solid. In fact, I don't see any rust or corrosion in this front passenger side fender. Going to the rear passenger side fender, again, it appears to be rust free. Yeah. We'll go up underneath the passenger side. Yeah, and this is what I've been so impressed with. So the frame, I haven't found any rust on the frame. Very solid. Floor pans are original. They've never been replaced. And this is what surprised me. Like I said, finding all that rust on the passenger side of the cab, and then to come back here and go, this is the original. There's a little spot of Bondo. That's not uncommon for somebody to put that fiberglass. It looks like it was done a long time ago. A couple of little spots of crust there. But overall, I mean, these are the original floor pans. The cross members are in great shape. Drivetrain support's in great shape. Transmission looks amazing. It's not all covered in grease like so many of them are. Again, with the engine as well. So I don't see any signs of leakage. We've got that power brake booster with dual bowl master cylinder that's still accessible from the original spot underneath the carpet. Inner fender well on the driver's side. Once again, consistent with the other side. I'm not seeing anything that I would point to and say is rusty overall. Okay, now, sometimes as soon as I said, there's one little spot right there. Other than that, very solid. Rear fender, same as the other side. Very consistent. A little bit of dirt there. Surface rusty spots. I don't see any rust back here. Looking underneath it, step sides are in good shape. Same spot being repaired on this one in that original cab corner. You see a little spot of Bondo there. Other than that, I don't see any other filler. This step side is in incredible condition. Floor pans from the driver's side. And again, I mean, just really, really clean. I want to say like underneath, this feels like a really clean, solid survivor condition is what I would say. I mean, everything looks so good underneath it. I would be tempted to maybe pull the wood out and run it through the planer or sander and refinish it and put it right back in, especially if I could think that I could tell people that it was the original wood that was put in it. And like I said, I can't say for sure that it was or not. I can tell from underneath here now that it looks like a couple of these pieces may have been replaced with tongue and groove. So, but anyways, still, look at this frame, bottoms of the rear fenders. Like I said, surface rust, but not rusted through. You know, little spots. Same on the other side back here. So it's incredible, really, really incredible survivor condition underneath. I know I've gone a little extra long on this video, but with the little crusty things and stuff, I wanted to show the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I probably ought to let you guys go. Now, I guess somehow did I miss showing the bottom of this door on the outside? It is bubbled. So this would probably need to be reskinned. If I was gonna be fixing it, I'd be cutting that out and putting the exterior door replacement part. LMC Truck is a great place, along with some other old Chevy parts warehouses online. Everything that you need for this truck is on there. So anyways, I've gone pretty long on this video, but wanted to do my best to disclose everything. Overall, the truck starts right up, runs great. It's got that power disc brake upgrade, so it stops great. The lights work, and it's really ready to drive today and make a great summer project to chip away at little things while you drive it. PeachTreeClassicCars.com. We look forward to hearing from you. Give us a call. Our phone number, direct line, is on our website. We look forward to hearing from you.